It's time for a video game review for the start of the new year. And while recently I got a PlayStation 5, I'm going to save that in a few months for a video. So why not do more PS4 game reviews? I know I go back and forth with PS4 and Nintendo Switch videos because I do them. And since I have so many games to do reviews, there will be a lot, especially some PS5 games. So let's get to a game to start this month. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've talked about the series before in my Kingdom Hearts review because the publisher, Square Enix, owns the rights. So why not do this one? And since the game is a remake, I have to talk about the original. The original Final Fantasy VII came out on the first PlayStation in 1997, which you can actually play the original. And while I didn't play the original, I wanted to play 7 Remake since Cloud is in Super Smash Bros. I feel like it was time to play the game and the series. The story begins in a cyberpunk metropolis setting called Midgar. Cloud Strife, a former soldier, joins an eco-terrorist group in a mission against Electric Power Company. He used to work in order to protect the planet and all who reside on it. I would talk more about the story, but this is good enough. I do like the story in the game, though it's not the highlight. So now let's get to the gameplay. As you know, the genre in the game is action RPG. While I'm not a diehard fan of JRPG, I really do like it. The combos are awesome to use. You have Cloud's sword, where you can switch to command modes. Thankfully, Cloud is not the only character that's playable. You can even switch to Barret, Tifa, and Aerith. And their attacks are different than Cloud's, so at least they're fun to use. I even like Cloud's Punisher mode, where you can take so much damage. I only use it when I'm losing health, but it's great to use. Speaking of the characters, let's get to them. Cloud Strife is the protagonist of the game, and he is a proud and an arrogant character. He is different than Sora or Link, but I do like Cloud overall. Barret is strong and funny. Yeah, because he has one-liners and he's very funny. I will say, his design looks totally awesome, with gun arms and using it in the battle makes him fun to use during the gameplay. Aerith is a pretty sweet character. I can't say she's super developed, but her introduction was nice, meeting Cloud and joining the group. Only time I use her is when I have to cure Cloud or the other two. Now, Tifa. Her combats are amazing as a strong melee attacker out of the bunch. And while I wish she had a sword, she's a lot of fun. As for her personality, well, I got something planned for Tifa. And while Jessie's not playable in the game, she is a good character, though I feel bad what happened to her. I won't give it away, but it's pretty emotional for Jessie. Also, the motorcycle gameplay was pretty cool, not gonna lie. Now let's get to the antagonist, Sephiroth. He is great, of course, since I've known him in Kingdom Hearts. Other than that, he's pretty traumatized. So with the characters in the gameplay out of the way, I'll mention the graphics. It does look really good, even at night. I know this game had a remake since the original game on PlayStation was 3D polygon and all that, so it was nice for the graphics. I can't say it looks gorgeous like Horizon Zero Dawn or any beautiful looking games, but it looks really nice. The character models look great. I have no problem with the way they look, better than the original. As for the cutscenes, it's pretty good. Little exposition, but it's still good. The music in the remake is amazing. Who doesn't love the battle music? So glad they updated the soundtrack in the remake by making it orchestrated. Now let's get to the criticisms. It does have filler in the game, and that's why it drags on, particularly some cutscenes, but when you get to the gameplay, it gets better. There are side missions, but I stick with main missions. As for upgrades to the weapons, there's a few times I upgrade it, but I don't use it very often, especially at the end. Not a major criticism, but I just play just for the fun and to get great weapons. So now let's get to the ending. It was a great battle. I wouldn't say it's the best video game final battle, but it was satisfying and not a letdown. Also, I didn't get game over much in the game. I only got less than 5 times of hits, so not as much as Kingdom Hearts, but the difficulty was good overall. Final Fantasy VII is a great RPG game. My first time experience with the series, and maybe in the future I can play some more Final Fantasy games. If I didn't know Cloud Strife, I would have skipped, but since the series is popular, I had to. Also, since 7 is on PlayStation 5, titled Integrate as an intermission, there's characters you can play like Sonia and Yiffy. So maybe I'll play the game again with the content added. You never know. That is all for the game review. I'll see you in the next one.